XDefiant currently has 5 different factions, each coming with 1 passive ability, 2 separate faction abilities, and an ultimate. And in this video, I will be showing you what each of them do. Of course, if you have any questions or want to see some live gameplay, you can find me live on twitch.tv/motiongaming. Starting off with the Cleaner's passive ability, which gives you incendiary rounds, causing extra burn damage over time, but reduces your damage range. The burn only lasts for around a second or 2 and does about 8 damage. The incinerator drone allows you to throw out a drone in front of you that burns everything in its path and then explodes at the end, dealing a lot of damage. The burn from this ability is far more powerful than your passive and can easily take out enemies without any extra damage. The firebomb detonates a Molotov cocktail at your location, dealing explosive damage and igniting a radius around you, dealing burn damage to anyone who enters the radius. The explosion itself can one-shot enemies, but the damage does drop off quickly the further away you get from the explosion. The ultimate ability gives you a flamethrower, which deals insane amounts of damage. This thing comes with unlimited ammo, but once you start firing, it will count down and limit how long you can use the ability for. The Phantom's passive ability is super simple and just gives you an extra 20 hit points as your base health. This can be super useful for anyone who just needs that little bit extra time to kill their opponents. The Mag Barrier deploys a one-way shield which will block incoming shots from enemies and grenades, and allow you and your team to shoot through it. The shield does come with a limited amount of health and a limited duration, but this can be super useful in areas where you just don't have any cover. The Blitz shield is basically a riot shield that will block any incoming damage. The shield doesn't have a limited amount of health, but it does restrict you to only being able to use it for a set amount of time. You won't be able to jump or crouch while using it, but you can run up to enemies and use your melee button to shield bash them. The Phantom's ultimate ability gives you a bubble shield and an electromagnetic pulse gun, which will one-shot anyone who's inside of your shield, as long as you're aiming more or less towards them. The shield acts the same way as your one-way shield and will block any damage for you and for allies. The Libertad's passive ability gives you a small but consistent health regeneration. This health regeneration applies not only to you, but in a smaller radius around you, so you can heal your allies. You will be able to see who needs healing by these little icons above your teammates. The Biovita boost is effectively an accelerated passive ability and allows you to heal both you and your allies much faster in a larger radius. This effect will last for a few seconds, so you can pop this before you run into combat. The El Remedio ability will allow you to put down a healing station, which will heal any allies who are within the radius. These heals are much slower than the boost, but you get a much larger radius, and the ability will stay active until it's destroyed, or you cancel it. Cancelling it actually gives you a much shorter cooldown, so watch out for that. The Libertad's ultimate ability is a combination of the 2 faction abilities, and allows you to put down a healing station, which not only heals extremely quickly in a large radius, but also allows you to heal up to 200 hit points. The Echelon passive ability hides you from the minimap no matter what actions you're performing, so you won't need any silencers. The Digital Ghillie Suit allows you to become almost invisible for a set duration of time. Running around or aiming down sight will reduce this effect, and shooting will completely remove it. The Intel Suit turns you into a mobile UAV and allows you to pulse scan enemies even from behind walls. This only has a set radius, so it doesn't cover the entire map. The Echelon's ultimate ability reveals all enemies and allows you to take them out with a super powerful silenced pistol. These enemies are even revealed through walls. The DedSec passive ability allows you to reprint your grenades after you've used them. This is currently the only way to restock your grenades in the game. Hijack allows you to hack into enemy deployed abilities and turn them into your own. This can work from quite a distance and it will be indicated with a line on screen, but you require a line of sight to be able to pull this off. Spiderbot allows you to throw down a friendly robot who will track down and stun the nearest enemy. The robot doesn't do much damage, but it will track down and stun nearby enemies, preventing them from running away, allowing you to get an easy kill. The DedSec ultimate destroys enemy abilities within a set radius and prevents them from using any more for a duration of time. This thing lasts for quite some time and has a huge radius. And that wraps up all the XDefiant abilities for Season 1. Come on over to my Twitch channel during the betas and at launch to get your hands on some exclusive drops, or check out some of my other content.